Earlier this week, we gave Josh something to talk about, an unexpected thrill behind the wheel of the fastest offshore powerboat in New Zealand. Take a look at this.
Warren Lewis is a bit of a legend on the waves. His vessel, the Fairview Windows and Doors speedboat, is the country's fastest offshore powerboat and has clocked speeds of 219 kilometres on Lake Karapiro. Last month, Warren and his crew set a new record for the fastest return crossing of the Cook Strait in 1 hour, 33 minutes and 19 seconds. You could say he's New Zealand's fastest man on the water, and I got lucky enough to get an invite to go for a ride around the Hauraki Gulf with the man himself.
First thing I'll get you to do is put the helmet on and just spread the earpieces. All right, comfy. If we go over, obviously don't panic and don't do anything until I've sorted out what we're doing.
Yeah, okay.
So if we go over, I'll unstrap, I'll decide whether or not we're swimming out through that or whether or not we're opening the escape hatch, and then I'll signal to you and unbuckle you, and I won't exit the cockpit until you're out.
Perfect. I'm feeling really calm and collected at the moment.
Love your work.
It's nice and tight, isn't it?
So which seat are you going to take, mate?
Well, I'm assuming we're going to sit in the other one.
No, you're driving.
Oh, I'm not driving.
You're driving.
Really?
You're driving.
All right, okay. You sure?
You've got no choice, mate.
All right.
This is not an optional question.
Great. Great. Awesome. Exciting.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. I've walked into something I wasn't ready for, but that's good. That's what we like.
Now we're in for the rough ride. All right, turn round to your left here, Josh. It was a bit of a big hanger.
Yeah. It didn't land as hard as I thought we were going to do.
Right. We need to go further around to our left, sorry mate.
Yeah.
90, 100, 105. You right, mate?
Starting to feel it in the old neck and back, eh?
Roger. Well, this will be one you'll be able to tick off your bucket list, mate.
Yeah, well, to be honest, it's not one I ever considered. I don't know how it
Yeah, you get the odd one that hurts.
I don't know how the boat managed to deal with this, man. It's an insult, isn't it?
Yeah, they put for a lot of punishment. There we go.
Thanks,
Well done.
I broke out in a sweat when we were doing that part.
So have I.
Yeah.
Well, that was absolutely mind-blowing. It's one for the books. Mate, Warren, outstanding. All I can say is it's time for a beer.
Good on you, mate.
We're here with Warren Lewis. Warren,
Were you scared? I'm going to ask.
Yes. I've done lots of things in my life, especially the adrenaline junkie things. I've gone fast on bikes and cars, but that whole process, I never felt in control. I never felt in control. It's amazing, isn't it?
Josh, you found some real fortitude to go out there on that day. You survived the safety briefing, which normally freaks most people out. You were set up thinking that you were going for a ride, not knowing that you were steering. And then we hit the roughest conditions I've ever taken a novice rider out in the boat.
Yeah,
so
it was,
well done.
It was
well
pretty
done.
crazy. And the thing is, April, when I turned up, he says, "Oh, right, you're going to drive. But what I didn't realise, and I thought, oh yeah, sweet as. But what I didn't realise, I had to drive because in the boat there's two in the cockpit. There's two spots, and one person drives, and then Warren is, well, he's the key man. Explain how it works.
Righto, we have two drivers in the boat. We have what we call the driver and the co-driver. Now my co-driver is behind the steering wheel, and he's steering and he's using his peripheral vision in the boat. So he's always looking out for obstacles, other boats, which marks we have to go around, is there logs in the water. I'm in effectively the passenger seat, but I've got the throttles.
So you do the speed.
I do the speed, and I do the trim. So we're continually trimming the boat differently. So my job is to get the boat from one wave to the next as safely as possible and as fast as possible. And Josh knows what that feels like. So you were steering,
right?
Well, you kind of are. All you're trying to do is keep it as smooth as you can. You can't do any sharp moves. And the disconcerting thing is, he talks about peripheral vision, but you can't see anything. Everything's going past so fast, and he's saying, "Oh, look for that buoy there." I can't see a buoy, and you're all strapped up with all this like a jet fighter, all this equipment. And you're locked, and all you can do is, I can't see him, and all you can kind of do is that you're talking through an intercom, and there's all this electronic gear. It's crazy in there, isn't it?
Well, look, all that electronic gear we put on specifically for the Cook Strait record run. So we don't normally run that level of electronics, but Bay Marine and Tauranga came on board with Garmin, and they provided us the state-of-the-art electronics that you saw in the cockpit when we went for the ride, and we used that for our Cook Strait record run.
Now let's talk about the Cook Strait record run, because we'll set it up. Tell us what you were trying to break and tell us what you did, because it was pretty phenomenal, wasn't it? I know they got the trophy, they did it, but the time you were trying to beat was?
Look, the official time is hour 43, but there's been two unofficial attempts, and unofficially the time was an hour 37. So obviously we were aiming to beat both of those times. And our plan, we spent 6 months on this project, 3 months planning. We were 2.5 months weather watch. We were expecting to be able to make the run between an hour and an hour and a quarter. That's Wellington Harbour, Picton Ferry Terminal, pick up a letter from the harbour master and return. The day we chose, it could not have been worse.
But you did break the record, didn't you?
It was Murphy's Law. We didn't expect we were going to get the record, but we actually got it in an hour 33, so we broke the official record by 10 minutes.
Was it as bad as what we went through when we went around Rangitoto?
Yes.
And was it as fast?
What Josh experienced was exactly what we experienced going across the Cook Strait.
Fella.
Oh, look, I don't know how you do it, because I had a sore back and neck after that. The impacts, because you get airborne and the boat literally floats. I don't know how much you must travel in the air, but it felt like you're travelling in the air for maybe 20, 30 metres.
Absolutely.
It's just mind-blowing.
Well, it was fantastic to see, and thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Next time you want to break another record, take him along, would you? I love watching his face.
I'm not keen.